Hey guys, it's John Todd for Brohammer, and today we actually have a subscriber submitted replay. The Spud House is going to be leading the Tomb Kings against the Lizardmen here. So let's go over his army real quick and see what he brought. Alright, so it looks like he's actually got some skeleton chariots here, and what are the stats like on these guys? So it looks like they're actually being buffed, probably because this Tomb Prince and Settra are around. And right now, they actually have decent stats. 27 melee attack, 29 melee defense. Most versus infantry. How much is that most versus infantry? Oh, 12. It's pretty damn good. They're gonna have 39 melee attack. Yeah, that'll be pretty great. And oh man, 50 something, almost 50 damage there. But as for the rest of his army, like I said, he's got Tomb Prince on a chariot. He's got a Settra the Imperishable on the chariot. Settra the Imperishable on the chariot. Whatever. But his front line is actually skeleton spearmen. Looks like he's got 2 of those with 2 skeleton warriors. He's got a complete back line of 4 two-guard with halberds, are pretty good against the lizards here. He's got 3 skeleton archers, one being the Blessed Legion of Fuckuth, and a Nehakar horseman. Looks like his opponent here has some Pterodon riders, some just normal Pterodon riders. Interesting choice, but if you get them on archers, they might actually do pretty good. He's also got a Skink Priest of Heavens with Wind Blast, and what's that other one? Is that Curse of the Midnight Wind? Jeez, you really need to be able to click on these others. Alright. Yeah, Curse of the Midnight Wind. And, of course, the Mighty Krakon. He's also got a Bastildon with Solar Engine and a Bastildon with Revivification Engine, or Crystal. He's got a front line of intermixed Saurus Warriors, Skink Cohorts, and Temple Guard. So yeah, looks like he's got 3 Skinks and 3 Temple Guard and 2 Saurus Warriors. Looking good, so let's get into it here. So very interesting army by the Spud House here. He decided not to bring any large at all, and he's got a lot of chariots, which I wouldn't say would be too good generally against the Saurus and Temple Guard and whatnot, because they have very high, they have pretty high mass. So we got Krakar over here. He doesn't fear anything that's around here, although all these archers should be shooting at him because they could be doing some great damage. But we got this little chariot squad here, and it's just a chariot squad of doom, guys. Krakar's over here, not giving a fuck, just uses his ability to get through that front line like it's nothing. And surprisingly enough, the Spud House actually sends all the chariots after old Krakar here. So Krakar's getting some really high, nice and juicy chariot action, and Settra's getting right up in that dinosaur ass. He's gonna turn around. He doesn't like being eaten out too much, so he's gonna. He just took a laser shot to the face. Alright. Krakar's taking it to the ass, Krakar's taking it to the face. Krakar's just a dirty whore. We're gonna have a Cascade of Souls go off here, and with all that archer fire, Krakar is getting out of here. He's taking all that he can take, and he doesn't want any more. And all these men are just shooting into him over and over, and he is just being so filthy right now. As you can see, the front line has connected here. The Tomb Guard are getting in here along with the Spearmen, Skeleton Warriors. As you can see, they're being absolutely destroyed, not to mention hit by the Curse of the Midnight Wind. He has Settra trying to chase off Krakar here. The Pterodon Riders do try to intercept, but for some reason they stop. They should really go and stop him. The Spud House is overextending with all the rest of these units. He should just have Settra going out there and making sure he gets chased off. He should bring the rest of these guys back and start doing some charges, because he is not going to win the front line. So the Lizardmen player tries to go after his skeleton archers here. He's wisely going to pull away and even gets a Ushati summon over here to try and take care of these Saurus Warriors and at least hold them up, and eventually they do indeed hold them up. As you can see, they're actually losing health really fast against these Saurus, not to mention the Bastildon Solar Engine getting a lot of good shots. So the Lizardmen very unwisely sent his caster right into the middle of a bunch of Tomb Guard with halberds, and those do count as large, those Pterodons, so that did not work out for him. He's pulling away his archers very wisely here. Looks like he actually lost the Blessed Legion of Fucketh. I didn't see what he lost it to, probably a Wind Blast. But now that all these Temple Guard and Saurus are so spread out, these chariots actually won't do too bad if you get some good cycle charging going down. Over here, Settra is making sure that Krakar gets off the field. That's a very wise choice. Krakar is just one of those lords that keeps on coming back, and if a Lizardman Lord comes back, he's going to be able to get a lot of healing. So as you can see, these Temple Guard have plenty of health left. These Source Warriors aren't doing too bad, and even the Skinks aren't doing too bad, to be quite honest. But at this point, you're probably thinking, well, what's he gonna do once these Temple Guard take out his Tomb Guard, and he has to deal with these guys over here? And you know what? I'm kind of wondering that too. So the Lizardmen player has wisely gotten his Pterodon Riders onto these archers, but you know what? I guess they were wrong. I guess they can't take skeleton archers in a fight there. You would think a giant flying lizard could, but I guess they can't. So the Lizardmen player, strangely enough, decided to get his Bastildon with Solar Engine into melee combat. I wouldn't have done that yet. I would have just kept on shooting for now. And you can see that the Spudhouse is wisely using his Nehekara horsemen to chase off these skink cohorts here. Now he is overextending with these Tomb Guard with the halberds, and he hasn't seen that those guys are running away yet. But yeah, these Temple Guard are in pretty good health, and he still has 2 Bastildons, so it's not looking great for the Spudhouse right now. These archers are in bad binding and are being chased by the Saurus Warrior, as well as the Pterodon Riders. It's not looking good. Settra just couldn't get enough of that Krokar booty and just had to chase him to the ends of the world. Get what he wanted. He got what he wanted, and now he's coming back satisfied from that lizard ass. Alright, let's see. So the Nehekara horsemen and the Tomb Prince are just riding around. It looks like the Tomb Guard actually beat Source Warrior. Tomb Guard are a pretty interesting unit. They seem to perform really outside what you'd think they would. They have bad melee attack and are meant for anti-large, so they don't even actually have good weapon strength. I think it's 27 by default. But they just seem to perform. It's really weird. Over here you can see these Tomb Guard are actually surrounded by 3 Temple Guard. Although Temple Guard don't kill things particularly fast either, you would think they'd be dead by now, because these guys do have massive damage at 42. Well, it's not that massive, but it's pretty good. Now, Settra is actually weak to fire, yes indeed. Like many of the Tomb King's Lord, he is indeed weak to fire, so this is a good target for the Bastildon with Solar Engine here. And he shouldn't do actually he has pretty good stats even on his chariot, so he should actually do pretty good against this Bastildon. Somehow both of his archers, skeleton archers, are still alive, but they still haven't been able to get these Pterodon Riders off the field, so it's pretty hectic over here. So it looks like, yeah, the Spudhouse has finally realized his Tomb Guard are way over here, but unfortunately for him, right a few feet away from these skink cohorts and getting them off the field. But he needs those guys over here, and honestly, a few chariot charges and the Nehekara horsemen can take care of those skink cohorts, so maybe not a bad idea. As you can see, the Nehekara horsemen, as well as Settra the Imperishable here, are working on this Bastildon Solar Engine, and they are doing really good right now. Now, what is this guy being debuffed by? Oh, I missed it, but that was absolutely destroying his stats. He had like no stats. That was crazy. Alright, here comes the Bastildon with Revivification Crystal, and honestly, I would think that these guys would actually be able to do pretty good, but, you know, Settra has some pretty jacked stats, even on the chariot. He's rolling that 420 weapon strength. Oh, looks like he got debuffed by some, I guess, some poison from the javelins on the top of these guys, perhaps. Looks like the Spudhouse is using his archers to good effect to get these Source Warriors to retreat, and these Tomb Guards are just being MVP. I mean, they're not killing these Temple Guards, but they are holding. They are holding. So, yeah, it's not looking good for Spudhouse here. He's got 3 good units of Temple Guard here, as well as 2 Bastildons, and one of them has the ability to heal, so it's not looking great. We just have some archers, we have Settra, we have some Nehekara horsemen. We're about to lose a Tomb Prince here, and we have some Tomb Guard coming back over here. This Tomb Prince looks like he's about to crumble away. 141, 130, 119. Yeah, he is not long for this world. He's gonna do a last desperate charge into the... Oh, that Bastildon is having none of it. He just does not give a fuck. Alright, so these archers are shooting into the back of these Temple Guard as they take care of these Nehekara horsemen. And since they are anti-large, they are doing a fantastic job. And right now, at 420... oh, 420, yes. So many good references. It looks like... I don't know how the Tomb Kings are going to win here. So let's go ahead and speed it up a little bit and see what happens. Gonna get some good archer fire. He's just standing there. He doesn't really have any incentive to move. These guys are out of ammo. Settra's just running around being shot. This guy does have, what, 1 shot left, I think. and he's trying to bait it out, and I think he's still hit though. So we got these Tomb Guard here. They're going to start working on this Bastille Dawn with Revivification Crystal, which is honestly really good. As you can see, he's getting absolutely wrecked by those Tomb Guard, etc. Oh, wow. These guys, oh, okay. We got some magic going on here. Neura's Incantation of Protection, and the Job's Incantation of Cursed Blades upgraded. Ooh, so these guys, their stats are jacked, so, you know, no wonder they absolutely destroy this Bastille Dawn with Revivification Crystal. Settra the Imperishable coming in here doing some mad damage, just being an absolute beast. He does not give a fuck about Dinosaur. He's going to take all he wants from them, and if they try to fight back, he's just going to give them more. So these archers are over here just holding up these Simp Guard, keeping them away from this fight. Honestly, a pretty good idea, but it might actually be better to keep them away from the fight to help with leadership problems. We have lost the magic on the Tomb Guard now, so now they're getting beat up pretty bad, but now we have a curse going down from Settra, and that's doing some good damage here. That's actually doing some really good damage. 1060, 1033, 988. Damn, that's strong. As if Tomb Kings were strong enough, they have a fucking free curse. Actually, guess it's not free. So the Bastille Dawn with Revivification is coming back, and it looks like he's actually healing up some Temple Guard here. Settra's coming in here to take care of this Bastille Dawn with Revivification. He just loves his dinosaurs. He is a dino man. The dinosaur's willing to put out, he's there to take it. Alright, so he's going to be going over here, and like I said, these Tomb Guard, he's going to buff them again, and they just hold forever against the Temple Guards. So pretty great here. It's very unfortunate that the Spud House lost the Nehekar Horsemen, because he could be using them to chase off things like these Bastille Dawns. But, you know, if they try to come back in the battle, Settra can just give them a quick charge and probably take care of them. Now, Settra definitely doesn't want to be in here too long. As you see, the Tomb Guard are almost dead, but are still just being decent, holding on to the very end. Unbreakable armies are so strong. Settra's going to be doing some cycle charging, and yeah, let's just get some... just both of those dinosaurs. He's going to use his ability, do a ton of damage, and just pull out of there. I gotta say, Spud House is using Settra to deadly effect here, and it is pretty impressive here. He's going to run into the Bastille Dawn with Solar Engine. Now, he is being poisoned by the javelins up here. As you see, they're just throwing them into the heads of his horses here. Pretty amusing. They're just ramming them with their heads full of javelins. This guy doesn't give a fuck. He's a skeleton. So we're going to be whipping these horses, and they're just going to be running into this Bastille Dawn with Solar Engine, and they are going to rout off. We actually rout off a group of Temple Guard, and these skeletons are just ridiculous. Unbreakable units are pretty crazy, to be honest. And Settra's coming in here with his little spinning blades, spinning blades of death here, just with his flaming wheels. All the Temple Guard are running after him, and that's a scary sight, to be quite honest, but Settra just doesn't care. The Temple Guard are actually going to rout, and that's going to be a victory for the Spud House. Now, I gotta say, that was a long one, but that was pretty impressive. Settra over here with 111 kills. The Tomb Guard with not a lot of kills, 93, that's actually pretty good. 56, that's okay. But they just held forever, like a ridiculously long time. They did have magic support, so maybe to be expected. Now, the Spud House did a really great job with its archers with taking down Karakar. Definitely worth all his archers to do that, and it was a good idea, I believe, to use Settra. Sorry about that, guys. Settra the Imperishable here to run Karakar off the field. If Karakar had come back in the middle of all that, it could have been bad. Now his Skeleton Spearmen and Skeleton Warriors just held the front line long enough for basically for his Tomb Guard to get there, so you know, I like these guys. It's good. I don't know about the Tomb Prince and the Chariots on this against the Lizardmen, because like I said, they have very high mass. But I gotta say, Settra is super expensive, and he paid for himself in this one. But anyway, guys, a very good game, the Spud House. I love seeing that. Feel free to send in your submissions. You can find my email on the About page of my channel. If you click on the little button that says for business inquiries, I think it says, or something like that. But feel free to send me your replays, and if they're good like this one, then I will indeed cast them. That's all going to be all for this one, guys. John Don for Total Brohammer, signing out.